It's Perp back with another video, and I just got done watching Top Boy season 4. I know on Netflix it says season 2, but to me it's always going to be season 4. I don't know why they kind of have it labeled as that. It's pretty weird. Anyways, just a little nitpick. I will get into some spoilers, some really heavy duty spoilers, because I have to talk about that finale, man. I gotta talk about the finale. That shit is just. I'm just at a loss for words, to be honest. Like, I honestly can't believe they just did that. Um, yeah, let me back it up real quick, because this picks up, I think, around like 6 months up to a year. I don't know the time frame, because it's a lot of kind of storylines don't make sense to me, and that goes into some of my negatives. This could have definitely been a perfect season. I will say off rip, I feel like season 3 felt more complete, if that makes any sense. This is 8 episodes, which I'm completely fine with. I think all 8 episodes were paced out just fine. Like, each one was almost like an hour long. So it's pretty much like you're watching a whole movie, like a whole long 8-hour movie or so. So I didn't really have any problems with that. I just would have rather them put like 2 extra episodes in there, just to kind of like make it one big ass 10 episode, type of thing. You could have fleshed certain storylines out. The weakest storylines for me, just based off of this, are Shelly's, that being Deshane's, girlfriend. Her storyline, though, got really bizarre. It got to a point where they had to dig up a body. It just kind of felt out of place. Her whole storyline kind of started to feel out of place, where we have Lauren coming back into the scene. She's pregnant by this dude named Curtis, and he becomes one of the antagonists throughout this whole entire season, because all he cares about is Laura, because she's pregnant. So I don't even know how she met this dude Curtis. We didn't really know. I don't think we got really a good explanation. I would say that's a flaw of of this season as a whole. They didn't do a really good job of explaining that. He just kind of popped up. There's some other new characters that we get introduced to as well. We'll get into that. But as far as my negatives go, as far as storylines, it's definitely Shelly and Lauren. So, backing things up, though, this, like I said, picks up where season 3 left off. Jamie is now working for Deshane and Sully. Well, Sully's kind of doing his own thing. He's living off on this boat, which was really cool. I was like, that's pretty dope that you could just sit there and live on a boat. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty dope. And he's got a cool neighbor named Delphine, and they kind of have a entanglement, I should say, or just like a thing going for a little bit temporarily, which I'm glad that they didn't they didn't beat us over the head with that, because I'm so tired of having these crime dramas that feel more like soap operas. We didn't need that. I didn't really get a sense of a lot of that in this, but there's definitely a little bit of it in this season. So it's not too bad. So yeah, speaking of Sully, he's also dealing with the fact that, he killed Driz. We find out that he got shot like 22 times, though. That's pretty like, what's the term I'm looking for? A little extra. But that's Sully for you. And that's caused problems for Driz's daughter and his baby mom and stuff, as she's getting out of jail, and she doesn't really got no work or nothing like that. So he fucked up somebody's life. On the other side of things, you got the most grimiest character in this show, and that's Deshane. Deshane is the most grimiest character. Like, the only reason he got ahead of Jamie is because he called the cops on him and set him up like that. And it's fucked up that he set up Attica, Ats, Stefan's best friend, because they have a storyline in this where they find his body in a trash can. Bro, that whole storyline is really fucking dope, because the whole time, you know, in the beginning, you have Attica's mom just going around asking people, have you seen my son? Even approaching Jax, because like Jack has been the closest one. She's the one that really got him into the thing and stuff, and that was a really sad storyline. There's so much to kind of like really break down in this season, man. So you have that going on. Sully's kind of just doing his own thing. Deshane is just like on this complete power trip. He's about to sell his own community out to some white people, and it's really crazy. Like, they do the whole like real estate kind of thing. They don't stay too much on it, but it got to the point where, you know, Deshane just doesn't really care at this point. It's really all about him. And the parts that we get with him and his mother and her final moments, because she does pass away, was just really sad. And, you know, that's why I really like about the show Top Boy in general, is that it feels more authentic. We get to see all these different point of views. We get to see how things are like for the younger kids, like the kids growing up, and just how they get thrown into this lifestyle. We also get to see how certain actions always have consequences, no matter who the character is. You know, look at Deshane. You know, he had to kill all these different people to get to where he is, and just same thing with Sully, and same thing with Jamie. You know, taking out the Turks when we first get introduced to him in the previous season. It's really dope, and I like how they don't really waste any characters. I can give them credit for that, even though there are some weaker storylines. I could still appreciate that they try to give enough characters screen time. You know, with Attica dying as well, we get more character development with Stefan and just how he's kind of reacting. And, you know, that's a lot for a kid at his age to kind of deal with one of his closest friends, probably his closest friend, dying like that. And, you know, knowing that the person that was involved with that is really close by, and he still comes around. That gets revealed later, and it you can kind of see the seeds planted for it really early, once you get the kind of reveal of like who actually killed Attica and stuff like that. There's this whole storyline also in Spain where Deshaun has to work out this whole supplier issue, because things are kind of running low and people are messing with the money and stuff like that. So I like that as well about the shows, that we get to go to different locations and we don't have to stay in one place, and we get to see all these different all this kind of different scenery. I liked it in the previous season where we go to Jamaica and stuff like that. It's really cool. They should keep doing that. Now, granted, I don't know how I really feel about the whole Spain, those different Spain scenes and stuff like that, because there is a scene where Sully just kind of pops up there, and it just, I don't know, I think that could have been shot better, because it just seemed like he teleported over there. Like, how the fuck you get over in Spain in like all this time? Because some time goes by like really fast. Sometimes it'll be like a week or something like that. So it's just, it's really weird when shows reveal their timeline and stuff. So it's like, does this really line up with this? And, you know, I have issues with, like, you know, Lauren being pregnant. All of a sudden, it's really weird. They didn't really do a good job of explaining that. But I digress. I really like all the stuff with Deshane and like his mom, and I really like the core cast here, especially Jack. Jack really stepped up in this season. I think she is definitely going to be here for the long run, for at least a season or two, maybe. But we'll have to wait and see what they do with her character, because she was definitely played a big role in this overall season with her connection with Laura. She also told Sully the truth about her and Leighton and whatnot, which I'm so surprised Scully kind of took it that way, because everybody is kind of scared to go to Sully. They're not really too. They're pretty intimidated by both Sully and Deshawn and whatnot. But like I said, when they killed off Jamie, I don't know where they're going to take it, because I kind of looked at it like the next up is going to be Jack and Jamie. Those are going to be the two that are going to take over. But no, they completely throw a curveball in here and just killed off probably one of the best characters in the show. That's really gutsy. That's really gutsy. And I'm pretty sure that that's going to set up a storyline for Jamie's brother Aaron to probably start to drop the whole school thing, because he was really focused on that throughout this whole entire season. But now it's just him and Stefan. So it's, man, that's fucked up, man. This was a real fucked up season. You know, you had people at risk of losing their homes because of the people Deshane associates with, you know, Lizzie and her husband and whatnot. And she also is in this a lot more, but she's also scheming. A lot of people are kind of fed up with Deshane, don't want to take orders from him. Oh man, it's just, I just can't really get that whole, you know, Jamie's dead shit. Like, it's just, that's all I'm stuck on right now. There's so much that was building up, so much that I expected, so much that I thought, no, this character has to go. There was a time that I was just like, yo, this is really gonna be like a happy ending. Of course not. It's Top Boy. They gotta surprise people. So, you know, like I said, overall, I really enjoyed this season and how they fleshed out a lot of these characters. I'm upset with Jamie's death. I don't know how that's going to go over with some people, because that's all that's on my mind. I'm at a loss for words. Like, the stuff that I don't like, I feel like they could have improved or fleshed out more. You know, the stuff with Spain, they could have just left Jamie's character alive and killed somebody else off, because it didn't really make sense. Because it's like, Deshane gave him a choice, like, yo, kill your boy or we'll kill you. Sully wasn't trying to have none of that shit, but it's just, I don't know, man. Let me know how you guys feel about Jamie's death in the comments below, because that's really shocking to me. And also, what's also shocking to me is we get to see Deshane's older brother Chris, which we haven't seen him in a long time. I wonder how he's gonna play into things. What happened to Jeremiah. Yeah, man. Or Jermaine, not Jermaine. I think his name was Jermaine. My fault. So, yeah, man. This season was dope, though. I enjoyed it. I think I liked season 3 more, but what they gave us and how they left it off, it has me just lost for words. I want to see where they take this story, if it just goes downhill from here. It was a good run, but, you know, I don't want to kind of get into that headspace. I want to wait and to see where they take this, and what does this mean for Deshane and Sully, because they're, once again, parting ways, which we know that never lasts that long. They always come back together. I have no idea where they're going to take the next season with Jamie out of the picture. You have Curtis, which is a big part of this season as well. He's out of the picture. He was a really big threat until he just kind of like let his guard down. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of anticlimactic. We honestly didn't need that storyline. If I could take out one storyline, it would definitely be the whole. Well, I'll take out two. The whole Shelly storyline and the whole Lauren storyline. I would take those out completely and just don't even use those, or just kind of shorten those up. Other than that, if I don't normally do rankings or something like that, but if I had to rank this out of 10, I'd give it like a 8.5, maybe an 8, a solid 8. I think it did what it needed to do to kind of move the story forward. And I really like how the cops are kind of also cracking down. You know what I'm saying? Because we get so many of these shows where cops are just dumb. I like it when it's just like an even playing field, because it makes it for more interesting television and just entertaining to see like each side try to one up each other while they're trying to one up each other in the streets and stuff. It's really dope. So we're gonna see where that goes, because you know Deshane is public enemy number one that they want to get rid of. I feel like Deshane's gonna end up dying in this series, maybe, and then Sully is the one that's gonna ride off into the sunset. I feel like he deserves that more than Deshane, because Deshane is grimy, but when these two are together, they are a force to reckon with. I like just all the different little adventures they took us through. We also get introduced to, I think this is the first time we get introduced to Sully's niece, because she calls him Unc and stuff, and they go on this little kind of adventure and stuff. So maybe we'll see her in a future season or something like that. Who knows? I'm really hoping that the ending was like a dream sequence that Sully had and didn't really kill Jamie, because I need to make a video on that, you know, because I usually do these little discussion videos. So check out in the description below where you can find most of my Top Boy content, because it's been so long, man. It's been almost 3 years since the last season came out, so hopefully we won't have to wait too long for the next one. I want to get y'all thoughts on this. Like, what were some of your favorite parts? What were some of your least favorite parts, or what were the weakest moments for you in this season? Do you think it was a mistake killing off Jamie? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Till next time, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.